Guys, West Ham has given an update concerning Mohammed Kudus transfer, and I'm going to tell you all about that. You're also going to talk about Liverpool. They are preparing a bid for Mohammed Kudus, and this is coming from Football Insiders. I'm going to tell you the plan from Liverpool. We're also going to talk about Inaki, Williams, and the interest he's getting from Galatasaray. And I'm going to tell you the reason why the Turkish giants are interested in Inaki Williams. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching SportsCornerGH. Quickly, let's jump into it and begin with Mohammed Kudus. The whole of yesterday, everybody was talking about Mohammed Kudus. Now, the reason is very simple. We heard Al Nassr were preparing a 100 million euros bid for Mohammed Kudus. And everyone in Ghana here was advising Mohammed Kudus on social media. Others were like, go for the money. Football, you played for a short span. Others were like, oh, you're too young to even go and play in Saudi. Play the EPL for like 3 or 4 years and go to Saudi. A lot of people were advising Kudus. But then, when West Ham saw that the team was trending, they were confused because for them, they have not received any bid from any team. And they came out to state that they have not received any official bid from any team concerning Mohammed Kudus. Even though they have placed the player on the market, they have not received any bid. Now, they have placed the player on the market because they want to get money to fund other transfers for Graham Potter. Graham Potter wants to rebuild the team for next season. This season has not really gone well. Kudus himself would attest to the fact that this season it's not good. 3 goals, 2 assists. As compared to last season, he was scoring about 8 goals in the EPL. But then regardless of that, there are other teams interested in Kudus. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool. Now, let's talk about Liverpool. According to Football Insiders, they have reported that Liverpool are preparing a bid of 70 million euros for Mohammed Kudus. And they believe West Ham are not going to reject the amount. Now, Kudus has a release clause of 85 million euros. Now, most of these teams do not want to pay the release clause because you would have to go and pay the money directly, full, in cash. Now, these teams want to negotiate behind closed doors with West Ham and also have a payment plan, an installment. Maybe 3 years we pay the money, or maybe 4 years we pay the money, or we give you a fixed price and then we add some small add-ons to it, or player plus cash. But this is Liverpool's plan. Liverpool themselves know they can't just go and pay 70 million for Mohammed Kudus. You and I know. You know, reach that amount yet. But this is what Liverpool are going to do. There are 3 players they want to sell. Now, these 3 players will fund Mohammed Kudus transfer. These 3 players are Jota, Darwin Núñez, and Luis Diaz. These 3 players, Ancelotti is okay if they leave the club to another club because he believes that Kudus can perform the duties of these 3 players. And Kudus is versatile. Kudus has shown what he can do. The potential, we have all seen it. So you can't judge him by one season and say that, oh, because this season has not gone up, Kudus is a flop. Lie. All these coaches and this team, and let's not forget, Ancelotti, he's from the Dutch league, the Eredivisie. He has seen Kudus firsthand when he was playing at Ajax. So he understands what this player can do. And that is why the coach is pushing, and he's saying that, see, he's okay if you sell Darwin Núñez, Luis Diaz, Diego Jota, they should go. Bring Kudus. Give me Kudus. And they are willing to send 70 million euros for Kudus. But that would be structured in a way that would favor both Liverpool and also West Ham. So guys, this is the updates that has to do with Mohammed Kudus. Now, let's move away from Kudus and talk about Inaki Williams. This player is under the radar. And I think he's the most underrated player in the La Liga. When you go to the La Liga, they talk about Lamine Yamal, talk about Rafinha, they talk about all these players. But no one is talking about Inaki Williams and what he's doing in the Spanish La Liga. He has scored 6 goals and given 8 assists in the Spanish La Liga. Across all competition, he has scored 11 goals and given 9 assists. Do you know what that means? Goal contribution in 2020 something. Good player by all standard. And I'm happy for him because currently he's helping athletic clubs secure a UCL spot for next season. And not only that, this season they are still vying for the Europa League. That trophy, they are vying for it. So upon all what he did this season, it did not go unnoticed. Galatasaray in the Turkish league are interested in the player. Now, the reason why Galatasaray are interested in Inaki Williams is very simple. Their star man, Victor Osimhen, is on loan. And when his loan ends with Galatasaray, he's going back to Napoli, his parents' club. And we know a lot of clubs are interested in Victor Osimhen. This season, let me tell you why these teams are all interested in Victor Osimhen. This season, 30 goals, 7 assists. He's no joke. If you're looking for the most sorted after forward, number 9 in the whole world, Victor Osimhen is part of the top third. So you get why Galatasaray themselves, they know that the loan will not hold. It will end at the end of the season and he will go back, probably not to Napoli, but then to another team. But then this is the situation at hand. They know the reality of the situation. So they are preparing for the departure of Victor Osimhen. And they notice one boy, one man in the La Liga, Inaki Williams. And they want to use Inaki Williams to replace Victor Osimhen because they know that when Victor Osimhen leaves, he's going to leave a very huge hole in that Galatasaray team. They need someone who can walk in his boot, in his foot, and also can score goals for them. Now, they have identified Inaki Williams as that player. But the question is, will Inaki Williams decide to leave Athletic Club looking at where they are in the Spanish La Liga table? They're playing UCL next season. Is he going to leave? 2, Europa League is also there. I'm sure this player wants to be a legend of the club. He wants to play Athletic Club till he retires. So at this point, it is between Galatasaray presenting a very good project to Inaki Williams, offering him an amount he can't refuse, and also offering him something that is going to let him say, okay, I have done my bit with Athletic Club and I'm leaving. But then, guys, that is the update concerning Galatasaray and also their interest in Inaki Williams. If you are Inaki Williams, would you leave? Let me know your answer down below in the comments. Because knowing that your club would go to UCL the next season, would you leave your club and go to Galatasaray and go and try a luck there? Because ever since I have started following football, I've never heard Inaki Williams leave Athletic Club. He has played there since I've known the player. So it would be something nice of a challenge for him. So guys, let me know your thoughts about that down below in the comments. Now, let's move away from that and talk about Thomas Partey. Yesterday, we had a discussion concerning Thomas Partey and his contract extension. The demands the player has, given to Arsenal concerning that contract extension is that simple. He wants 3 years with an improved term or a 1+1, as in 1 year with an option for a further 1 year. That is what he sends to Arsenal. Now, what we are hearing is that Arsenal, regardless of the demands from Thomas Partey, are going to make sure he takes a pay cut. Now, in the report, it was stated as restructuring his salary. For me, and what I understand about Thomas Partey is that, 1, he wants to stay in London because of his family. Let's not forget, he has a girlfriend and also has a daughter now, a kid now. So this is a player who wants to make sure his family is happy and his family is stable. 2, he's performing well. So what would warrant Arsenal to give Thomas Partey that pay cut? Because other players who renew their contract, in fact, get improved salary. Why is it that Thomas Partey is supposed to take a pay cut? Now, Thomas Partey, from reports, what I'm hearing is that if there is an issue with pay cuts or restructuring of salaries, he will consider his options. And I think the player should do so. Because if Arsenal cannot maintain Thomas Partey's 200,000 per week, I don't know what else they want to do, because he's performing. He's your key player. He's your most important player this season. So which one is you want to give him pay cuts? Say then, Hinty. You understand? So guys, what we are hearing is that Thomas Partey, he has sent his demand to Arsenal. But if Arsenal wants to do commissar, he's going to consider his options. And that is the update that has to do with Thomas Partey. He wants to stay in London because of his family. Now, let's move away from Thomas Partey and talk about Tariq Lamptey. Now, come closer. Let's talk about Tariq Lamptey. Tariq Lamptey has not kicked football in 2 months. He got injured few days to when we were about to play the international break. Now, it pains me a lot because this is a player that is very good player, 24 years of age. The good news is that he's back and has begun training with Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, their next game is against West Ham. Now, what we hear from Fabio Hezla is that Tariq Lamptey would be given some game minutes in that particular game. They believe he's a very important player for them, especially helping them to secure an European spot for next season. But then there is a question mark when it comes to Tariq Lamptey, because the player's contract ends at the end of the season, June. It's left with 2 months for his contract to end. And up to now, Brighton and Hove Albion have not given any signal that they want to renew his contract. From what I'm hearing, Ajax have been speaking to the player. And you know when a player's contract is about to end, you can't stop them from talking to other teams. Ajax has been speaking to the player and they have already told the player their projects. So Ajax are willing to take Tariq Lamptey on as a free agent in case Brighton and Hove Albion do not renew his contract. And I don't blame Brighton and Hove Albion. Now, let me give you the reason why I don't blame them. This season, these are the number of games and also the statistics of Tariq Lamptey for Brighton and Hove Albion. He has played 13 games for Brighton and Hove Albion. Most of these games, he did not start, so let's not forget. He has scored 2 goals and given 2 assists. As much as he's a very good player for Brighton and Hove Albion, he's not reliable. He has this injury situation where he gets injured, comes back, plays very well for you, 1, 2, 3, 4 matches, gets injured again, goes out for a very long period, comes back again. You know, you can't rely on a player like that, right? So this is what Brighton and Hove Albion are standing on, not to renew Tariq Lamptey's contract. But then for me, in every disgrace, there's grace. Ajax is also a super team themselves in the era the BC. Do you know what Ajax could do for Tariq Lamptey's career? I'm telling you, if I was Tariq Lamptey, I would do like this. I won't talk. Let my contract run down to the end of June, go to Ajax, play my football there in peace, bang in goals, perform very well, stay fit, play in Europe because definitely Ajax are going to play in Europe. Play in Europe, show the whole world what I can do, and then hope that someone else or a team somewhere else sees my potential and I come back to top flight. You understand my point? So guys, this is the situation with Tariq Lamptey. Good news is back, but the bad news is that the player's contract is going to end at the end of the season. And this is the update I have for you concerning these players. Let me know your thoughts about it down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, you go bye.